Hi team, it's Gina Brooks. Today is Wellness Wednesday. And when you think of wellness, what is the first word that comes to mind? Do you think about your emotional wellness? Do you think about your mental wellness, financial wellness? Do you think about your work-life balance? Do you think about financial wellness? All of these are really, really important and all together make you an overall well person. But I don't know about you. When I think of dealing with all of them, I get overwhelmed. Half the time, I can't even get to work with the same color shoes rather than even consider thinking about all the areas of my life that need to be well balanced, right? So let's talk strategy. There's some ways we can maybe make a dent in this. So I'm going to ask you to write down the following. Write down emotional, write down mental, write down financial, write down work-life balance, and write down physical. These are all the wellness areas that we're going to concentrate on. And I want you to evaluate their importance right now in your life. Like, where are you weak? Where's your main area that you would like to concentrate on that kind of affects everything? Okay. Number one, from your most important, put which one of those is your most important. And I want you to go all the way down to your least important. Doesn't mean it's not important. It just means that that's going to give us a better idea on A, what you want to concentrate on, and B, maybe you'll be able to look at that list, assess it, and think, well, I might want to work on my body. I might want to lose those 10 pounds I gained over COVID, uh, you know, isolation and quarantine. But is that really the number one important thing? Because if you think about your health, about your weight, about your diet, a lot of that is a precursor to maybe your other things that are happening in your life, right? So sometimes we gain weight because of stress. So maybe physical, like getting in better shape, might be high on your list. But I want you to really look at that list and think, is there something else I could concentrate on that's really, really more important that will enhance those other areas, including physical? Okay, so after you write that down, and I can share with you, I would say I would want to work on my physical the most because I put on a little weight over COVID. But I would think, based on where I am and what I've been going through, I would put mental as probably my number one. Okay. So, and with mental, that just means, well, that can mean 100 things. I think I've always been mental, but for me right now, I have, high stress, which most of us do, right? I mean, we think we're opening, we're masked, we're unmasked, you know, we just don't know what's happening every day with the COVID. So it's a stressful time, right? It's a stressful time in all of our lives. And if you have little kids and you're thinking, are they going to go back to school? Will they have to be vaccinated? How are they going to wear a mask? There's just so much stress right now in life. So for me, my number one is mental. And I figure, if I think about it, all my stress, right, has caused me to maybe partake in too much ice cream and wine, thus the weight gain. So if I really concentrated on my mental wellness, all those other things that are surfacely important to me, like my weight or my diet, those things will naturally come into play. Okay. So once you come up with your number one, right, we're not going to ignore 2, 3, 4, 5, but we're going to concentrate by making small action plans that will equal quick success. And I say that because sometimes when we do things or we come up with like New Year's resolutions or something, they're always so vague, or they're very, wide, and they're not structured in our thought process that we can actually attain any of those. So I want us to come up with some attainable goals, something that we could feel successful about. And when you feel successful about something, right, it makes you continue to want to do it and grow and get better. So if we created like, okay, I want to lose 20 pounds, which I I'm always saying, I've been saying since I had my kid 18 years ago. Obviously, that's not working for me. But what if I had said, okay, I would like to lose 5 pounds. What would be an attainable way for me to lose 5 pounds? Well, I could make small steps. Like, let's say I drank sodas, which I don't, but I do occasionally have a diet soda. Is that something I could give up? That's a small attainable goal, right? That's making a significant change. And I'm just going to concentrate on giving up sodas. I'm not going to think about anything else but giving up sodas, right? So once I reach that goal, I can set my next goal. Perhaps my next goal is to drink more water. Look at this. Can you believe this thing? Now, this is like a gallon, right? So you can tell I'm not getting far today. But I mean, am I going to make this goal? I do some days, but sometimes I don't. So maybe a more reasonable goal would have to start at like maybe a half gallon, right? But because then I always feel like I'm a failure because I can't seem to reach that full gallon. So if you cut those bigger goals in half and make them more attainable, you're going to have a better success rate, right? Which will encourage you to continue. So what are some things you can do if your number one was like me, mental? How can you release stress? How can you cause just less anxiety in your life? Well, I wish I knew. Could you tell me? I'm thinking my issue, I've been very low energy, so I'm not sleeping well because I think I'm stressed and I have some worry. I always am worrying. So what could I do as a small change to kind of release some of that stress? Well, I already work out, right? Because that's just my thing. I've always done. It helps with stress, but it's been a part of my life, so I don't know how much it's going to really benefit me now. But what could I do different that's attainable so that I could start reaching my mental wellness? Well, I could start by journaling, which occasionally I do, but I'm not consistent. Perhaps I could, one of the things I've been wanting to do is stop, like actually stop and meditate. Like I'm kind of ADHD, ADD, so I'm kind of hyper and I don't sit still very long, or I'm watching TV while I'm folding clothes. I have a hard time just stopping. So what if I just gave myself 2 minutes? 2 minutes to sit still, no music, no phones, no nothing, to just have stillness in my mind and not thinking about worrying or thinking about negativity or thinking about what I have to do next, but just meditating in nothingness, or meditating in contentment, or meditating while I'm thinking of positive affirmations that I'm good enough, that I'm worthy, that I can do it, all of those things. 2 minutes is attainable. 2 minutes each morning before I work out to sit there and just breathe and feel myself breathe is attainable. So your goal this week for Wellness Wednesday is you are to write down those 5 things in order of importance, and you're going to pick one action plan for your number one area that you want to concentrate on. Okay? So I believe in you. I know you can do it. You are worthy. You are worth it. You are valuable. Let's do it together. Until next time, toodles. Bye.